My name's Hart and today I'm doing day in the life of a plumber. This is video 5 of the Viessmann 111 storage combi installation. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do this pipework below. I'm also going to connect some of this pipework in and generally just try and finish off as many bits as I can. What I'll do is, before I start, is I'll go over what we've done so far and I'll show you all little bits. And then we'll crack on and get some work done. What we've got in this property, we've got a Worcester Bosch open vent boiler, and the pressures from the hot was about between 4 and 6 litres a minute, so it wasn't very good at all. What I'll do is we'll go and have a look upstairs and I'll show you what we've done up there. If you watch video 1, you'll see that we had a hot water cylinder in here and we had a power shower pump, and then we had loads of pipes coming down on this side here, and some of these now, these here need to be piped back in. They go to the shower at the other side of the house. And then at the bottom down here, this all this flooring, I'm going to get some new floor, cut this out nice and neat, put some new floor in here. And then these pipes here which stop ends on, they're the tank fed cold, or they were the tank fed cold. They're going to be piped in to that manifold that we've got. That pipe there, that's the hot. As you can see with these, I've labelled them as I go, and again that's going to be piped back to the manifold, so that we don't have any issues, or if we do have any issues we can isolate them separately. And then the one with the speed fit stop end on there, that is mains, so that's called mains. And then the other one side of it, that's hot, so again that's going to pipe back to the manifold. And then in here I've had a little well, them two pipes there, again that's hot and cold, and they need to pipe back to the manifold. And then in here we've got the original, so this pipe here on the right hand side, this one, that's the original flow into the heating. The one on the left hand side is the flow from the boiler, so that came up from the boiler round here where you pump on and then pump down to this one. And then the one on the left hand side, that's the return. But I'm going to sort this pipe work out, and what I've decided to do, I'm going to connect this back in, this part of it back into that other flow, because the customer's having an extension, and I want to make sure the existing boiler, what I'll do is I'll go down now and I'll show you that. The existing boiler here, these pipes that are coming down, I'm going to make them so they're going to work as a flow and return. So your 222s, so that's why I'm connecting them back in upstairs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some new T's in, which I'll just show you now. So them pipes there, in that direction, there, that is where the cylinder cupboard is. So all I've done is, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put 2 T's in here. So we've just moved the flow and return slightly over on the system. I'm connecting into this with 28mm pipe. Well, it's actually 32mm MLCP, but that'll give the system a better chance of working. One of the questions that's been asked, Paul sent me a message asking, is how you connect it to how you connect the MLCP to copper. So there's a few different ways. One way is you can get an adapter like that, and then you just press onto that, so you can, no soldering, everything's done with press gun. The other way is you can get a tail like that and you can solder onto it as well, or you can use compression onto it. Another question was asked about the gun. some people were saying the fittings look like they might be Tektite. Well, just to give you an idea, so people say, oh yeah, you know, some people say it could be DIY. Couldn't be further from the truth, because DIY could never do this type of job. This gun and these jaws, so all the different jaws and this gun cost about £2.5 grand. So this is, you know, it's high-end stuff. It's good quality stuff. Another question's been asked is about the fittings for the copper fittings and which fittings we can use. So what I'll do now is I'll get a couple of fittings and I'll show you different fittings. One of the questions that was asked in the comments was, have you put Tektite on the gas? We've used press fit, and press fit, so that you know you've got the right one. The gas ones have got yellow O-ring and they're designed for gas, and in commercial this is what people tend to use nowadays. What's the benefits of using press fit is, in a lot of commercial settings now, you're not allowed hot works, so you have to have an alternative, and it's been around now for a long time. So press fit, you know, it's not going nowhere. There's no fire risk, there's no fumes, there's no alarms getting set off, there's no muck going into the pipework. I'm converted, if I'm honest with you. I don't solder anymore at all. Now and again, if I've got to sweat something off like an old fitting, I might have to get blow lamp out, but that's very rare. Probably use my blow lamp once in 2 years. So the standard fittings, if you look at the standard fittings, they've got a black O-ring and they're just for water, and then ones. Yeah, let's crack on with this and get this piped up. So I've just got some reducers there, and it's 22 mil tails off the bottom of the boiler, and I'm making it to 28, so the main flow is going to be 28. So all I've done is push my press fit fittings on, and that's it. That's that fitting done. There's no muck, as I say, no alarms going off, no solder, no flux. Just get my pipe, and again, just press that in. There was some talk about laser levels on one of my posts. If you've got a laser level, then why wouldn't you use it? I think they're really good, to be honest. A good thing about using the ply, you can easily just put your clips wherever you want, and you know that wall's not going to fall to bits. With this as well, it's got thermalite blocks on here, so I can actually put long screws in. And they'll just screw in wherever I want, and it's nice and really easy, to be honest. I'm just going to press the fitting onto the MLCP. So this is the Blansol MLCP, and I've got my new Hilti jaws, which are the TH32s. Just going to put them into my Hilti gun. Just push them in, nice and easy. Clean up the bottom. Clean up the bottom of the pipe. Push this on. And there's some little, do you want to zoom in, Luke? There's some little indicators there, and you can see that the pipe is on. And then all I need to do is just press that onto there. And then we can just double check we can see that it's all the way in. I'm just going to pack that now into there. Just a bit of an update now, work in progress. Just put a washing machine trap on this because I'm probably going to connect into that boxing in there, for condensate pipe, and if the soil pack got blocked, I wouldn't want it to go into the boiler. So yeah, so that's why I've done that. I've got a valve on here, so this is the floor, and we've got a valve on there, and the reason I've done that is I can close that valve off, and I can close one of these valves off here, this one or this one, and I can drain the boiler down very easily, and I would then be able to maintain the expansion vessel later on. The Schrader valve on that's just up front, so that'll be nice and easy to do afterwards. I'm just going to put an extra expansion vessel on here as well. You can never have too much with expansion vessels. So yeah, so that's just a little bit of work in progress. I'm just going to put a bit more wood, a bit more ply on wall here. I'm going to put the expansion vessel on here, and I've got CT1 again, so I'm going to stick the board onto that wall, and then I'm just going to screw it this time. I'm not going to bother with the with threaded bar. I'm not going to bother with that for this. So yeah, I've just thought I'd give you a bit of an update. I'm just going to connect this fitting at the bottom of here. When I do that, some people use PTFE. I use this stuff, Loctite 577. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I just think it's really good stuff. And then you just put that on your thread. And then just screw your fitting on, tighten it up a little bit and leave it to set, and it's really good. I've not had any of them leak yet using this stuff. So yeah, really good stuff. It's coming on nicely. I've got the expansion vessel on now. I've put a valve on there, and that's just so that I can service this expansion vessel later on. I've also put a drain off on there, so when I come to do a service on the boiler, I will be able to turn the valve off as it is there now, drain it down, and then the Schrader valve on this is just on the top, so I'll be able to pump that to the correct pressure for the system, normally around 1 bar. And yeah, it's coming on. I've got a Fernox filter there. Just got to do gas now and hot and cold, and then I've still got to connect all this in up here. Some more work in progress at the moment. Bit of a mess in here, needs a good tidy up. This is almost finished now, all pipe work on this. Need to put some lagging on it all. So we've got on the left there, we've got his expansion vessel. So that's his remote expansion vessel. The boiler does have a built-in expansion vessel, as we've already seen. It's got a valve on there, as I've said already, so we can drain that down and work on it. I've tried to make this as easy as possible to work on in the future. We've got as MLCP Blansol pipe on the left, that white pipe, and then the white pipe going up. So that's a multi-layer PEX pipe. So it's PEX, and then it's aluminium, and then it's PEX. So it's high quality pipe. We've got us Fernox filter. We've done the gas now. Hot and cold is done on the right hand side. As I say, I'll need lagging. Still need to do the flue. Got the pipes in up here now. Got these in. Still need to do manifolds. Need to put some clips on all this as well. Put some pipes up there. That were a bit awkward, that, really, to be honest, but it is what it is. It's done now. Yeah, it's looking good. This bit here, this is where I've cut it out so that I can make it so it comes off as bigger pipe. So where I said that it'll be 32 from the boiler and then 25 MLCP, or if you wanted to revert that to copper, it's 28 and then 22. Just gives us that bit of a better flow, so heating should work a bit better. I just need to remove an olive off here. You can use an olive cutter or you could use an hacksaw. People use different things. I was introduced to this tool on one of the charity installs that we were doing, and this is an olive puller. This is a Monument olive puller. I'm sure there's other ones available, but all you need to do is you just put that onto where your nut is, tighten your nut on, and just tighten it up, screw it up like that, and then you can just get your drill and then just drill that and it'll come off. I'll zoom in so you can see. So all we need to do with that, just make sure we've got that on. Just do that. Quick and easy, it's pulled olive off. I'm sure anybody who's watching will agree. That's brilliant. Really, really good tool is that. So that's your Monument olive puller. I'm going to remove the boiler now. I've disconnected the gas. The gas is actually capped off at the meter. The electrics are isolated as well. I'm going to remove this boiler. The two pipes coming down there, the customer's having an extension on the back of here. So them two pipes are going to be made live. So they'll be capped off so that when the extension is done, they'll be able to connect on to them. I'll try and explain that pipework to you upstairs as well. Obviously different systems require different solutions. Just have a look at water in this. Really, really mucky. So even though this system had a magna clean on, I mean, look at the water coming out. We're gonna have to give this a really, really good flush before we get the new boiler working on this system. We wouldn't want all that muck going into the new boiler. Just undo it backwards off there so I can lift this out. Absolutely filthy is this system. I'm just going to lift the old boiler off now. And then I'm going to cut them pipes back. That gas pipe can be cut off as well. I normally go overboard with screws, but look at that. Somebody's got OCD, every hole, just let's fill every hole. I'm just going to put some caps on top of here. I've capped them both, the flow and return off now as a temporary measure. I don't want to leave any open ends. I've also capped the gas off in here. Again, I don't want to leave any open ends. It's not good practice. You never know if somebody will come along and start putting things back on. That's it for today's video. What I'll try and do is in the next video, I'll try and make that the final video in this series. We'll see how we go. There's been a lot of work here just for me, to be honest. So if you want to subscribe, please click up here somewhere, and up here and down here I'll also add some other videos. I'll try and add one of the videos to start of this series as well. Thanks for watching.